It is so important to look after your mental well-being as well as your physical well-being, which is why we're going to go across to Val and Imran, who have got some great handy tips for us for some simple exercises. And then we're going to go to Richie, who's got some tips on 5 ways to well-being.
So today we are going to do heel walks. Again, this exercise is a balance exercise. You may feel that the movement that you are doing isn't a very big movement because it is quite difficult to lift the toes off the floor, and doing that while you're walking as well. Make sure that you have some support, the kitchen work surface, the wall, or a couple of sturdy chairs. Imran's going to demonstrate, so he's going to lift his toes off the floor and then just nice and slow and controlled walking forwards, moving the hand forward as he's walking. And if you can see he's standing up nice and tall, make sure that you look ahead when you're doing it, turn around carefully and then just return to the start position. So as I said before, it's challenging your balance, so you may feel a little bit wobbly. It's also strengthening the muscles in the front of the lower legs and helping reduce the risk of you tripping. So it's a really good exercise to do, but you might find, as I say, that you can't lift your toes too high. Just make sure that when you are doing it that you're not sticking your bottom back, that you're engaging that midsection again and keeping nice and tall. Repetitions, again, we can do around about 10 steps one way, turn around 10 steps back. This next exercise is going to help with leg strength, it's going to help with mobility in the hip joints, and it's going to help with change of direction. Imran's going to demonstrate it against the chair, and again you do need something to support you, so that wall, that kitchen work surface, a sturdy chair. And think of stepping, if you think of a clock, think of stepping to 3 o'clock and then 9 o'clock. So the knees are slightly bent, your eyes are following the range of movement of your leg, and it's just a slight turn. So this will help when you are walking and want to change direction quite quickly, but it's also strengthening those leg muscles and that mobility in the hips. Again, I would aim for 10 each leg if you can. Always keeping the supporting leg slightly bent, and you are transferring the weight slightly as you turn. So both legs will take the strain. And again, I would aim for maybe 2 or 3 times a week on this one.
As you get older, it's more likely that you have different physical conditions that are being perfectly well managed through medication or other advice you've been getting from your GP or from a doctor. But what's worth remembering is with your mental health and your mental well-being, your mental health can be affected by medication that you're on. It can be a side effect sometimes of medication you're taking. So it's worth remembering that if you are experiencing symptoms of anxiety, uncontrollable worrying, or you're struggling to sleep, or you're feeling down in mood, or struggling to motivate yourself, or constant worrying, it's worth speaking to your GP and having your medication reviewed, because it could be a perfectly solvable problem by changing your medication or your prescription that you're having. So bear that in mind, and if you are struggling, get in touch with your GP and have that conversation.
And if you enjoyed those helpful tips and exercises, why not find out more on the information on the screen below.